Okay, so everyone loves movies and TV, right?
Man, I certainly do.
Right. And so I think we all saw the headlines from the Golden Globes, but like, what do those awards really tell us about Hollywood?
Like what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, we wanted to go deeper than just like the names and the winners.
For sure.
So we found this article, and it's called Golden Globes 2025 Winners. Emilia Perez's leads with 4 wins. Shogun tops TV with 4.
Ooh, that sounds juicy.
It's a lot to unpack.
Okay, well, I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Okay, so the first thing that really jumped out at me was this theme of resilience.
Resilience. How so?
Well, you got Emilia Perez, which like totally swept the award.
Emilia Perez. Okay, yeah, I saw that was a big winner. What was it, 4 awards?
Yeah, 4 awards. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actress for Zoe Saldana, and like Best Original Song.
Oh, wow. So it really, like, cleaned up.
Yeah, and it's this super vibrant musical about a drug lord who like transitions.
Whoa, that's pretty out there.
Yeah, and then in total contrast, you have The Brutalist also winning a ton of awards.
The Brutalist. I haven't even heard of that one.
It's this heavy historical drama about an immigrant family rebuilding their lives after World War II.
So, like, completely different vibes.
Right. It's so interesting to me that like these 2 totally different films both dominated the awards.
Yeah, it really speaks to the diversity of storytelling that's being celebrated right now.
And like, what do you think it says about what audiences are looking for?
I think it suggests a desire for both escapism and substance,
Oh, that's interesting. Tell me more.
Like Emilia Perez offers this vibrant, almost fantastical world, right? But The Brutalist delves into these like really complex historical themes.
True, but they both ultimately celebrate the power of the human spirit to like overcome adversity.
Yeah, and that feels particularly resonant right now, given all the challenges that Hollywood has faced over the past few years.
The pandemic, the strikes, the streaming wars. Yeah, it's been a lot.
Exactly. And speaking of overcoming adversity, we have to talk about Adrien Brody's speech when he won Best Actor for The
Oh
Broder.
my gosh, yes. His speech was so powerful.
It was really moving. He talked about how his own mother was a Hungarian immigrant who fled the Holocaust.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
And he connected her experience to the themes of the film.
Yeah.
About rebuilding and starting over.
It makes his win even more meaningful, right?
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't just about the award. It was about something much bigger.
Totally. A statement about empathy and understanding.
Exactly. And, another win that kind of speaks to that is Fernanda Torres for Best Actress in I'm Still Here.
I'm Still Here. Okay. I'll be honest. I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a smaller independent film about a woman navigating political turmoil in Brazil.
Interesting. So how did she beat out like Nicole Kidman and Angelina Jolie?
Well, first of all, Torres' performance was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
She embodied this quiet strength and resilience that really resonated with voters.
Oh, I see. So it was like the power of her acting.
Exactly. And second, I think there's a growing appreciation for stories that transcend borders,
Like stories that explore universal human experiences, even if they're set in different cultures.
Right. And her win also kind of echoes that theme of resilience that we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Her character in the film faces all these obstacles, but she keeps going.
Exactly. And that brings us to another win that I think perfectly captures this whole resilience thing. Demi Moore for Best Actress in a Comedy for the Substance.
Wait, Demi Moore won. I love her.
Right? It was amazing to see her back on stage.
Total 90s kid flashback moment.
And her speech was so poignant. She talked about being labeled a popcorn actress early in her career.
Oh, wow.
But this win felt like validation for her,
Right.
After decades in the industry.
Yeah, like she's proving she's more than just a pretty face.
It's a classic Hollywood comeback story.
And I think what makes it so compelling is that it resonates with anyone who's ever felt underestimated or pigeonholed.
Totally. It's like, hey, reinvention is possible no matter what stage of your career or life you're in.
I love that. And then there's Sebastian Stan winning Best Actor in a Comedy for a Different Man.
Oh, yes. His speech was really powerful.
It was more than just about his win.
Right. He used his platform to advocate for greater understanding of people with disfigurement and disabilities.
Yeah, his role in the film required him to wear prosthetics, so he had like a personal connection to the issue.
And he talked about how that experience opened his eyes to the challenges that those individuals face.
It's so important for actors to use their platform like that, to shine a light on these crucial issues.
Absolutely. And it's inspiring to see Hollywood embracing stories that challenge traditional notions of beauty and representation.
Speaking of which, we got to talk about Shogun completely dominating the TV awards.
4 wins, including Best TV Drama. It was a huge hit.
It's such a visually stunning show.
The costumes, the cinematography, the score, everything just works together perfectly.
And the fact that it was a streaming success says a lot about how people are watching TV these days.
For sure, it shows that audiences are willing to invest in shows that transport them to different worlds.
Even if it's 16th century feudal Japan.
Yeah, exactly. It's about more than just the plot. It's about the world building, the attention to detail, the immersive storytelling that streaming allows for.
And let's not forget, Hiroyuki Sanada and Anna Sawai both won acting awards for Shogun.
Absolutely. Their wins highlight the incredible international talent in the industry.
Okay, and for a little comedic relief, we have to mention Jean Smart winning Best Actress in a TV Comedy for Hacks.
Oh my God, her joke about being called a hack was hilarious.
The timing was perfect.
And it's interesting because Hacks itself is a show about a comedic legend navigating a changing industry and proving she still got it.
Oh yeah, that totally ties back into the themes of resilience and reinvention we've been talking about.
It's like these awards are a reflection of the industry itself, constantly adapting and evolving.
So speaking of adapting and evolving, let's address the elephant in the room, the challenges facing Hollywood.
The pandemic, the strikes, the streaming wars. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster.
It's been a rough few years for sure.
But amidst all the uncertainty, there's still this undeniable sense of hope,
Like the creative spirit persists.
Exactly. These awards are a testament to the resilience of the industry.
No matter what obstacles get thrown their way, storytellers will always find a way to connect with audiences.
And create art that moves us.
Now, the Golden Globes themselves have also been going through some changes, right?
You're talking about the HFPA controversy.
Yeah.
Right? The Hollywood Foreign Press Association has faced a lot of criticism over its lack of diversity and representation.
So they've been restructuring and there's new ownership now.
It's an attempt to address those issues and make the voting body more inclusive.
It's like the Golden Globes are trying to find their footing in a changing world, just like the industry itself.
Exactly. And it remains to be seen how successful those changes will be, but it's a significant step towards a more equitable and representative awards landscape.
So we've covered a lot here. The unexpected wins, the powerful speeches, the behind-the-scenes drama.
It's clear that this year's Golden Globes were about more than just handing out trophies.
Totally. It feels like they were a reflection of the industry's challenges and its triumphs and its ongoing evolution.
A snapshot of Hollywood in a state of flux, but still brimming with creative energy.
So much to think about. But what stands out to you from all this?
Honestly, what really resonates with me is that these awards are just the beginning of the conversation.
Oh, I like that. Tell me more.
It's like they're a glimpse into the larger world of storytelling and its impact on our lives.
I love that. But I'm curious, what are your takeaways from this deep dive into the Golden Globes so far?
That's a great question, and I think we'll be unpacking that further as we explore the broader implications of these awards for both the industry and audiences alike.
Okay, intriguing. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's take a closer look at some of the specific categories and trends that emerged from this year's ceremony.
Sounds good to me. Let's see what other insights we can uncover.
All right, let's do it.
So, one category that I thought was really interesting was Best Screenplay.
Oh, yeah.
Which went to The Brutalist, which I think, really speaks to the power of a well-crafted screenplay.
Oh, for sure, like it can elevate a film.
Totally, beyond just like the visuals.
Yeah. What was it about the screenplay for The Brutalist that made it stand out to you?
Well, the dialogue was just so nuanced.
Yeah.
It captured those small moments of family life.
Yeah.
But also like the wider societal tensions of the post-war era.
Wow, so like layered.
Exactly. And it tackled these like really complex themes, but it did so with sensitivity and grace.
That makes sense.
And speaking of human stories, we can't forget about the new category this year.
Ooh, which one?
Best Stand-Up Special.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Ali Wong took home the award.
Awesome. I love her.
Which is, a huge win for stand-up comedy.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's finally being recognized as a true art form.
It's about time, right?
It really is. I mean, stand-up is so unique and demanding.
Tell me about it.
You need impeccable timing, vulnerability, and this ability to like really connect with a live audience.
It's a tough gig.
It is, but Ali Wong totally nailed it.
Yeah. And her win also speaks to the rising popularity of stand-up specials on streaming platforms.
Oh, absolutely. They've become a major force in entertainment.
It's like this direct line to the audience.
Bypassing those traditional Hollywood gatekeepers.
I like that. And speaking of bypassing traditional gatekeepers, Wicked won Best Box Office Achievement.
Oh, yeah. A musical based on a Broadway show dominating the box office.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
It really is, and it shows the lasting appeal of musicals, you know?
Like, people just love them.
They do. Wicked especially has this universal appeal, exploring themes of friendship identity and challenging societal norms.
Yeah, and I think it also tapped into that nostalgia factor for a lot of people.
Totally, for those who saw it on Broadway years ago.
It reminds us that some stories just have this timeless quality that connects with people across generations.
And we can't forget about the visual spectacle of Wicked.
Oh my gosh, the costumes, the sets, the special effects.
It was also stunning and immersive.
It's like Hollywood is realizing that audiences crave these larger-than-life experiences.
Especially after being stuck at home for so long during the pandemic.
Yeah, we're ready for some escapism.
Exactly. There's a sense of wonder and excitement that these big-budget musicals offer.
And I think that's resonating with people more than ever.
For sure.
Okay, so we've talked about the wins, the speeches, the trends, but what does all this tell us about Hollywood as a whole?
Oh, that's a big question.
It is.
I think we're seeing this really interesting tension between tradition and innovation.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Like, on one hand, you have these classic genres like historical epics and musicals making a comeback.
Right.
But at the same time, you have streaming platforms totally disrupting the industry.
Yeah, creating space for new voices and new formats like stand-up specials and limited series.
Exactly. So it's like Hollywood is trying to find its balance, you know?
Yeah.
Adapting to this ever-changing landscape.
While still holding on to the elements that have always made it so captivating.
And the Golden Globes, with its mix of established categories and new additions,
It reflects that balancing act.
it reminds us that the entertainment industry is constantly in flux.
Always responding to audience tastes, technological advancements, and societal shifts.
And as we move further into the age of streaming, that evolution is only going to accelerate.
Which brings us to a question that's been on my mind a lot lately.
Okay, what is it?
Are awards shows still relevant?
That was a good one.
With so much content out there, do they still hold the same weight they used to?
It's a valid question, for sure.
I mean, I still get excited for award season.
Me too.
I love seeing which films and shows get recognized, and it definitely influences what I choose to watch.
I think there's still a certain prestige associated with winning an award,
Yeah.
especially for the artists themselves.
Yeah, like it's validation for their work.
Exactly, and it can open doors to new opportunities.
But do you ever worry that awards shows are becoming more about the spectacle
Oh, yeah.
and less about the art itself?
There's definitely a risk of that.
Especially with all the focus on red carpet fashion and social media buzz?
But at their core, I think these awards are still about recognizing excellence in storytelling.
And ultimately, it's the stories that matter, right?
Absolutely, the stories that connect us, challenge us,
Right.
and make us feel something.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's the one thing you hope our listeners are taking away from this?
I hope they're starting to appreciate the complexity of the entertainment industry.
Okay.
It's not just about box office numbers or awards.
Right.
It's about the creative individuals who pour their hearts and souls into telling stories that move us
And make us think.
and help us understand the world around us.
Beautifully said. So as you continue to explore the world of film and television, remember that each award-winning film or show represents countless hours of hard work, dedication, and a deep desire to connect with audiences.
And sometimes those stories can have a truly profound impact on our own lives.
And as the landscape of entertainment continues to evolve,
It's up to us as viewers to engage critically with the stories being told
to support the artists we admire,
and to demand more from the industry as a whole.
because ultimately the power lies with the audience.
We decide which stories resonate with us, which ones stay with us long after the credits roll.
So keep watching, keep exploring, and keep the conversation going.
The world of entertainment is vast and ever-changing.
And there's always something new to discover. You know, it's crazy to think about how one story can start all these conversations
Oh, yeah.
and change how people see things
Absolutely.
and even make them want to take action.
Totally. And that's what makes these award shows so interesting to me.
Like the Golden Globes.
Yeah, they give us this little peek into the stories that are really grabbing everyone's attention.
Right, and the big themes that we're all connecting with.
And sometimes those themes reflect like the anxieties and hopes of society as a whole.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like this year, the focus on resilience and reinvention.
Right. It feels so relevant to everything that's been happening in the world,
It's like Hollywood is holding up a mirror to our own struggles.
showing us that even when things are tough, we can still overcome them.
And art can help us through those tough times.
Absolutely. It can lift us up, provide an escape, make us feel less alone.
So important.
And that's why I think it's crucial to really think about the stories we're consuming.
What do you mean?
Like asking ourselves, what are these stories trying to tell us?
Okay.
How do they connect to our own values and beliefs?
All right.
And how can they inspire us to make a difference in the world?
It's not just about being entertained.
Exactly. It's about engaging with the stories on a deeper level.
So as we wrap up this whole Golden Globes discussion, what's the one thing you really hope our listeners take away?
That's a tough one.
It is. There's so much we've talked about.
There is, I think more than anything, I hope they come away with a deeper appreciation for the power of storytelling.
Okay.
Whether it's a huge blockbuster film or a small indie movie,
It's serious drama or a hilarious comedy.
it doesn't matter. Every story has the potential to really touch us and make us think.
And I hope they'll keep looking for stories that challenge them.
Yes.
Stories that push them outside their comfort zones.
Make them see the world in new ways.
Because that's what great storytelling is all about.
Expanding our understanding of ourselves and each other.
So keep exploring the world of movies and TV.
Keep asking questions. Keep the conversation going.
And most importantly, let the stories you find shape how you see the world.
That's a great way to put it.
Well, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the Golden Globes.
It's been a fascinating journey.
We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for another insightful look into the world of entertainment.
Until then, happy watching, everyone.